Hello guys, an African medical doctor based in the UK visa has been revoked. And this means bad news for his family because his wife and his kids, who are his dependents, are going to be affected negatively. This doctor says that he believes this could be a spiritual attack. And he also thinks that his friend contributed to his ordeal. He thinks it was a setup from one of his friends. However, the wife, on the other hand, says that her husband is responsible for his own predicament. Guys, comment your thoughts down below what you think. After listening to this story, do you think it's spiritual attack? Do you think this doctor's friend set him up? Or do you believe the wife's story? Hi, my name is Irene. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. If you are brand new here, if you've seen my face for the very first time, you are welcome. So guys, in this channel, True Crime by Irene, I create videos predominantly for those who are interested in true crime stories as well as victims of crimes. I equally make videos to create awareness in order to prevent future reoccurrences of crimes. Without much ado, let's dive right into the video. Okay, so guys, before I dive deep into this case, I'm going to give a brief introduction about this medical doctor. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to mention his name, okay? So this African medical doctor moved to the UK and he's been living there for more than 4 years. It is said that he had direct employment from his home country, meaning that he was recruited from back home to go work in the UK. So in the beginning, he moved to the UK alone. After a couple of years, he went back home to get married to the love of his life and brought her over to the UK. This relationship has been blessed with 2 wonderful kids. It is said that this medical doctor is a high-ranking medical doctor and he is due for indefinite leave in the next 11 months. So guys, this guy has worked very hard and he was studying to become a rank, meaning that it is the last stage of a medical doctor, the highest level. However, his OD cut all these, wonderful achievements short. Guys, what happened to this medical doctor and his family is so sad. And so fast forward, when this medical doctor moved to the UK, it was so difficult for him to pass his driver's test. He had to take it about 4 times before he could succeed. This guy was, not he was not living too far from his work site, and due to that, he's always, he's like he does things at the last minute, right? According to the wife. The wife says if her husband has to go to work at 7 a.m. in the morning, he will be rushing at about 7:30. Like he will stay back home, relax, watching news, doing whatever, and the wife will be like, "Oh, baby, I think you should start leaving now. I think 7 o'clock or 6:30 is a good time for you, so you can drive carefully and you won't be rushing." But the husband will be like, "Oh, don't bother. My job is not far from here. I can get there within the next 20 to 30 minutes." So the wife kept on complaining. However, this doctor wouldn't listen. He is always rushing to work, and because of that, he has been speeding all the time while going to work. So within 3 months of him getting his driver's license, they received a mail from the driving authority in the UK that stipulated that the guy has already lost 3 points from his driving license. And if you know, those of you living in the UK,
if you lose 6
your
points of your
driver's
driver's
license
license,
within 2 years, you're going to retake the driving test again, which is a whole lot of heck. And when this guy lost 3 points, the wife said, "You see what I told you? You should be leaving early." Guys, believe me, this man still didn't listen to his wife. He kept leaving home at that minute to go to work. So within a period of 18 months, another mail came in that said that he has lost another 3 points, making it 6 points. This guy's license has been jeopardized because he's already lost 6 points out of 12 within the period of 18 months. So he was in a panic because he didn't want to lose his driver's license. The wife tried to advise him to, seek counsel from other people who have lived longer in the UK. However, the man decided to condescend to his friend's idea. And what was this idea? The friend told him that there was this guy who could take off these points that he has lost and give him back his 12 points. And he told him that it just cost £800. That is, for each set of 3 points, he's going to pay £400. Mind you, this guy didn't think twice. He was so desperate. He just wanted to get this problem off his neck. He was so threatened to lose his license. So he didn't think of other options. He hurriedly dived into this idea and gave his friend the £800, saying that provided these points are wiped off, it is okay, I'm gonna pay. So when he paid this money, within 24 hours, his friend, called him and told him to check his point online if it has been cancelled. So this African medical doctor went online and noticed that indeed the 6 points that were off has been cancelled, and he was so happy. He was celebrating, hallelujah, like he was thanking God. Little did he know that was the beginning of his greatest problem. So, fast forward. A few days later, the guy who was responsible for this fraud, taking off this point from this guy's driver's license, was apprehended, and a welfare check was being, and his home was being checked. So when the police got to his home, all the documents they saw, all the fraudulent work he has been doing, they made sure to contact each and every person, who has dealt with this guy. That is how this African medical doctor's identity was found. So the police went to his home and told him that he was, under arrest for fraud. And he was like, what did I do? So he was being took to court, and when he got to court, that is when they told him how he got himself involved in an illegal business with this guy. It is said that the medical doctor said he didn't know that was a fraudulent act. Guys, can you believe this? Coming from a medical doctor? How can somebody tell you you commit an offense and somebody says, oh, I'm just going to clean this up, and you say you didn't know it was an offense? I don't believe people can be this gullible in this age and time. Talk less of a medical doctor. Maybe if it's in some other countries like in Africa, he can get away with it. But guys, in the Western countries, do not play. A friend of mine shared with me her story when she went to the US. Like, she already knew how to drive, but she hadn't passed any driving test. And she asked someone to make him a driver's license back home. She didn't know that this guy made a fraudulent driver's license, and she immediately just handed it to the transport office. In a few hours, they called my friend telling her that, ma'am, your driver's license is fake and you're going to pay this fine or you go to jail for a period of time. So guys, please, for my to my African brothers and sisters who are living in the diaspora, and for those of you who intend to move overseas, do not joke with things like this. Please, it is better to take your driver's test authentic firsthand and save yourself from so much trouble. So, when this guy was being taken to court, now this guy didn't inform his employer about his criminal record. And in a couple of in a couple of months, when he had to like renew his tax, that was when this criminal offense was discovered. And immediately his employer fired him. He's suspended, meaning that he cannot find a job in the UK. And who knows, maybe his medical license would be, you know, stripped off. So this man is so frustrated. He thinks it is spiritually. He thinks his friends set him up, but his wife said that her husband is responsible for his own predicament because she kept advising him not to do that. She told him to, take the driving test again rather than involving himself in this fraudulent issue. But her husband did not listen to her. And so now this medical doctor, the wife, and their two kids are definitely going to leave the UK. Imagine this guy has worked so hard. He was, within 11 months, he had to be in indefinite leave, meaning that he could stay in the UK as long as he wanted with his family. He was also getting ready to be a wreck, guys. And this guy just ruined it with the slightest little thing. Please, dear brothers and sisters, especially my African brothers and sisters, please try to make sure you do not get yourself indulged in illegal acts like this. Another advice I would like to give is that please do not, show your documents online. Do not take pictures of your documents and paste online, because this is how the fraudster got to take the points from other people and add to the people who have exposed their driver's license online. So every day we learn. I just got to learn about this. Please, for security purposes, do not expose your driver's license, your official documents, do not expose them online, because it can land you in big trouble. Imagine this guy and his family would be going back home. Comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. Share your thoughts, what you think about this story, and hopefully each and every one
Of
can learn
us.
from these stories and prevent in order to prevent the reoccurrences of crimes. So guys, until then, see you on my next video. Bye bye.